Hello, 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 and welcome back to the second Channel-versary. So it's been 2 years around the sun since I launched the channel, and I've got some stats as well as some topics that are coming up. I was very optimistic last year with some of the things that I hope to accomplish, and people disappointed and prevented me from doing some of that. So we're going to take a look at or discuss some of the things that will be coming up this next year. So I have some stats, and yes, I have a spreadsheet. So in 2024, I had 26 videos. For 2025, I released 87 videos, which is a 31% reduction. But I had an 8% increase in hours of content. So I produced 54 hours worth of content versus the 50. And the 50 was a rough estimation. I didn't actually capture the stats from last year. I don't know why. I actually built the spreadsheet to track my catalog. Let me zoom back out here. To track my catalog so I could keep up with stuff in the release dates, and I added the time of each of the videos. So that's something I've got to go back for the first year and find all that data. Why didn't I do it? Because I just got off work. I might have been a holiday weekend yesterday, might have been Memorial Day, but I just got home from work. And I have too many hobbies and not enough time. So I'll get to this. So back to the stats. Let me, using Google Sheets here for this, and I don't remember how to zoom in. So this isn't pretty. I'll make it pretty for next time. So there was an 8% increase in hours of content. I only had 40,000 views, which is a 20% reduction from last year. The hours viewed is pretty much the same. It was around 1,000 hours. And then the number of subscribers went up 56%. I went from 128 to 200. And that's actually come and gone. And I've actually had 201 the other day and lost somebody. But it's been a complicated year of sorts. And I didn't get as much accomplished as I had hoped. And when I was listening back to the Channel-versary from last year, because I had to get the stats numbers of what I discussed, the things that I mentioned that were coming up, 3D printing. I did not do a lot of 3D printing this year. I just did not do it. There's more than just pushing a button most days, because there should be some design work on something that's original versus just downloading something that somebody else has made. Sometimes that's your solution, is to download something from the crowdsourced models that are available. The shop. I had hoped to do more shop videos this year with infrastructure, with furniture, with projects, with shooting videos in there, be able to do welding, be able to do woodworking, be able to do camper mods inside in the shade with a fan and not in the rain. But I don't have that. That will be remedied this calendar year. So we will have more of that for this next fiscal year for the channel. I did get to kite stuff this year. Yay! And with my new toy, my new little camera, which it left upstairs, I was doing an experiment yesterday. I've got more on just that camera alone. I've got a couple of experiments that I came up with help of Rebecca. It posed a question, and I have since come up with a couple of ways to try these out. So it'll be interesting. So there's the shop stuff. There's the kite stuff that we did. Sandcastles, yay. Train stuff. I've got to finish the Star Wars blasters. That's a little bit more of an emotional drain on me than I've been able to support. But with the welding, there's some projects around the tractor and the existing tractor, and then there's a possibility of a new tractor. Then there is more garden stuff for those of you who care about the garden stuff, and the quote-unquote homestead. I want to play with some. I actually know what punctuation is, so I ended the sentence with what seemed like a period, but it was more of a barely a space, and then jumped right into the next thought. I'll work on addressing that so I can actually edit this a little bit easier by ending on a sentence, pausing, and going to the next sentence. This is the way my brain works. I have intention to do some experimentation with irrigation for the quote-unquote farm, both with captured water like rainwater and then shallow wells. We have plenty of water at the property that we can get to very easily underground, and I would like to be able to pull that water up out of the ground by way of solar and pump it into a tank so it can pump slowly. It doesn't have to pump a lot. Pump it up into a tank and then let gravity feed it to irrigate the Christmas trees. We'll be doing more Christmas trees. To irrigate the onions, which we'll try to do onions again, and to do the peppers, which we totally lost track of. We were successful with the potatoes. We still haven't finished digging the potatoes. There will be an update on that. The sunchokes, which are not quite ready to come, plus some other stuff. Anyway, there will be more on our adventures out into the world. We had almost started thinking about it, never really worked on it, about an Alaska cruise, which would be a lot of great pictures and video. We'll see about that. There's also the intention of getting the house started, if it doesn't take nearly as long as the stupid shop has. That will also be a series of events, possibly. I am planning for more time-lapse. I love time-lapse. And with the Insta360, doing the time-lapse in 360 degrees, it makes telling the story much better. Some of the experiments that I'm conducting, I'm going to share those with you because I think it's got a lot of potential. As I said, not just with what I'm doing here, but also, in your life as an experiential camera. I think they're really cool. And I think it'll help capture the memories and tell the stories. So there probably will not be any Diablo or video game topics because there's a ton of people doing that and nobody really cares to watch me. And all I'm going to do is complain about it. If I do, a bigger video on it. I'm going to play it for enjoyment. And when it becomes unenjoyable, I'll stop playing it. That is that. I hope a couple of those topics are of interest to you over the next year. And I will probably do something on spreadsheets because that's what I have to do. So if any of that is of interest, please come back, stop, like and subscribe, tell a friend, and come back and laugh at my ridiculous. Thanks for hanging around and celebrating my 2nd anniversary for the channel. I hope that there will be more, and I hope there will be more of you to celebrate with. Thanks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Too many hobbies, not enough time.
It's a theme song.